In conversation with Selina Brown. Selina Brown is an accomplished author, astute marketing consultant, an adept event producer, raised by a black British mother, a Jamaican granny. Selina cultivated a profound affinity for words from an early age. Her journey is marked by exceptional achievement, having assumed the role of youth MP for Nottingham at the age of 16 and obtaining 2 degrees and a master's by the age of 21. A professional trajectory has encompassed pivotal roles at esteemed organizations such as the BBC, MTV, and Freud Communications, with work experience spanning across New York, Kenya, and Gambia. Committed to diversity and with a remarkable presence in Birmingham's creative landscape for over 2 decades, Selena is passionate about promoting inclusivity and artistic expression. Amidst the challenges posed by the pandemic, Selena demonstrated a versatility by authoring the cherished children's book Nena series. In 2020, she established the Black British Book Festival, an embodiment of a visionary commitment to celebrate the vibrancy of Black British literature. This distinguished festival, heralded as Europe's largest Black literature festival, partnered with the esteemed Southbank Centre in 2023 and received sponsorship for influential brand publishing and titles, including Audible, Pan Macmillan, Archer, Simon Shooter, National Express, and Penguin. Selena's indomitable spirit and devotion to her craft have garnered widespread recognition, drawing enthusiastic engagement from a diverse audience eager to embrace the richness of the Black British literary voice. And in today's episode of Auto Interview, it's my utmost pleasure, joy and excitement to have on the show today, Selena Brown. Welcome on the show, Selena. How are you doing today?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to speak to you today.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You've got an amazing bio in there, quite an accomplishment, quite profound and quite beautiful. And I'm excited, really, that we are here to sit down and have a conversation around your beautiful book. So thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Selena, I'd like us to start today's conversation by talking about your most recently released, My Rise is Best, which I found to be quite amazing and quite great. And I'd like you to tell us what inspired you to write this book. How does it come to be? Why children's literature?
Okay, so this is the copy. You can see in the background, but here's
Yeah.
a copy here of My Rice is Best. And so My Rice is Best. Oh, there's several different stories behind this. One is the love for my grandmother is the reason why I wrote this story.
Mm.
My grandmother made the best rice and peas
Wow.
ever. Not, I'm not just talking about it on Earth. I'm talking about in the whole universe. Like she was
Wow.
master teacher, creator of rice and peas. And so I just remember like my whole childhood, Sundays in particular, like in the Jamaican household, we have rice and peas on a Sunday. And just the smell from the Saturday, she would soak the gunga peas in the water, soak that overnight,
Mm.
wake up on a Saturday, on a Sunday morning, sorry, before church and spill out the water and put the rice in and make it simmer and put the coconut milk in and the
Oh,
scotch
wow.
bonnet. You know what I mean? Like there was a whole method to it. She was really serious.
Yeah.
And when that rice touched your tongue, oh, hey, I'm telling you, I'm telling
Oh,
you.
my goodness.
And so yeah, that's why I wrote the whole book about it. And so in the book is about the two main characters, Yinka and Shane. Shane loves rice and peas, and Yinka loves jollof rice. And they go
Mm.
on a whole journey to explore their passion, and they meet other characters as well that also have
Wow.
their loves. And it's an amazing story. I wrote this book a very long time ago. So I got my book deal in 2022 actually,
Mm.
and the book came out in 2023, in
Wow.
2025, sorry, this year. And
Yeah.
so and it's currently the fastest selling debut picture book of 2025. So it's sold
Wow.
successfully. And so It's been a pleasure to write it. It's been a pleasure to work with Penguin, my publisher. The marketing was incredible.
Mm,
We went to Oxford Street in London for 3 days, and we sold the books directly to the people. We sold
mm,
over 1,000 copies in 3 days. Like,
interesting.
and it's just been flying off the shelves. And so it's been a passion project. It's been an honor to write this. And I
Mm,
also should say, mention that the main character is called Shane. And
mm.
so, and that's named after my little cousin called Shane. One day he rang me up and he was like, they call me Nina in my family. He was like, Nina, you need to write a book, man. You need to write a book. It's like you're always reading. And from when I was a
Wow.
kid, used to read all the time. Why haven't you wrote a book yet? Write a book, man. And after that conversation, I was like, you know what? I need to write a book. And so he gave me the push. So as much as you see me here now,
Yeah.
confident, I wasn't this person. I needed a
Mm,
push. I needed that someone to say, just do it. You
let's
can do
do
it.
it.
You've got this. And
Mm.
Shane was that person for me. My little cousin Shane, he was that person that just put the fire
Wow.
inside of me to really take being an author serious. And so yeah, big up to Shane, man. And that's why he had to be the main character in my
Oh.
first traditionally published book.
Wow. I need to say I love your answer to this particular question, and I love the way you weaved us and take us back into the E Street. First of all, the E Street towards where you got the title from. The E Street towards, how you have to use rice. And the E Street towards, your grandmother preparing rice on Sunday morning, which is hilariously. I actually did cook rice this morning, but I'm sure that of your grandmother is the best. Yeah, it surpasses mine quite impressively. It's amazing to get to know about all of this story and the lovely shout out to Shane. Quite beautiful, really. This is really impressive.
Thank you
It's
so much.
amazing, really.
Thank
Yeah. And food is such a powerful connector in communities. I'm not sure if you know about that. It's such a beautiful connection in communities, even with the fact that you have to text a foreign food or something. It's something that brings people together. Now, why did you choose rice as the art of the story? And also, was it important for you that the book didn't just celebrate food, but also the pride and stories behind it? I'm just curious.
Yeah. And so, like I said, when I started the story, I don't want to give
Mm.
too much away. Please do
Yeah,
buy this book. It's
yeah.
available everywhere, but try and buy it from the independent bookseller. Let's support the
Mm.
independents. But when I wrote this story, obviously I led with rice and peas because I'm of Jamaican heritage, like I said, and then it went on to
Mm.
jollof rice. And then I was like, oh, actually, there's pilau rice and egg fried rice and
Yeah,
risotto and
a lot of it.
there's so many rices out there. And so
Mm.
rice is eaten across the planet.
Mm.
So we always focus on the differences that we have as human beings.
Mm.
But what are these common things that join us together? And rice was one of them. Like, and when we typically eat rice, it's not a fast food. It's a thing that people have to pour love into. I mean, you can do it in a microwave and add the microwave bags, but traditionally
Yeah,
to be create like jollof rice. There's a
yeah,
whole process to it. You don't just make that. That you have
absolutely.
to obviously put things in the blender. You've got to get your garlic. Like there's a whole method to it. Risotto again. Like these things you pour love into, and when you
Mm.
sit down and eat it, it's the love that's been felt. And
Absolutely.
typically, these foods are eaten in a communal setting around a
Mm.
table, sitting on the like when you go to like different African countries, like jollof rice, they call it different things in different countries. In Senegal and Gambia, you sit down and you eat it with your hand.
Yeah.
There's different, you eat it with chopsticks. There's just different ways of eating rice, and rice is everywhere. And it's something that we can celebrate and bring us together in the oneness. So, really, the story is about friendship. It's about
Mm.
sharing. It's about celebrating your culture and being proud.
Mm.
King was like, this is my rice. I'm
Yeah.
the best. And then all the other characters are like, this is the best. And they really owned where they came from and they celebrated it. And there's nothing wrong with being proud of being from
Mm.
Jamaica or Pakistan or Brazil or Portugal.
Absolutely.
Own where you
Yeah.
come from and celebrate it. But equally, celebrate the differences and celebrate people from different cultures and have love towards that as well. So you don't
Mm.
have to downplay who you are. Two can coexist. The fact that you love yourself and the
Yeah.
fact that you love other cultures, they can
Yeah.
coexist. It doesn't have to be one or the other. They can both
Mm.
coexist. And that's basically what this story is about.
Wow. And also, I love your enthusiasm talking about this. I love your excitement answering this question. It comes out so real, so profound, and quite beautiful. And I can tell as well, rice is quite common in communities in India, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, everywhere in the world. There might be a little bit of similarities, there might be a little bit of differences from the way one culture eats theirs, from the way the other culture consume theirs, but it's a general sort of a food that tends to bind people together. That's quite
Yeah,
beautiful, really.
exactly.
I love your answer to that. Thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome.
also, you teamed up with Maxwell O. Ogini. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly for the illustration of the book. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the process of that? And also, was it like seeing your characters and their world come out virtually through that?
Yeah. So I wrote the book, and when you have a traditional deal, like I
Yeah.
said, it's taken 3 years to get to this point. And when I first started working on my manuscript with Penguin, because it's a picture
Mm,
book and every single word has to count, because you only have a small amount of words that you can use.
yeah.
And so that process took a very long time, and I really enjoyed it actually. It was very thorough. But one of the
Mm,
things I made clear to the team is that the main characters in the story are black, and
mm,
we need a black illustrator to do this justice. Because there's certain things that, like in the Jamaican, on the spreads with the Jamaican family, on the spreads with the African family, that only a person from that background will be able to
understand.
understand,
Yeah.
relate to the audience. We
Yeah.
want this to be as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
Um, and so they did their work. They took nearly a year to find Max, but as soon as I saw his work, I was like, this is who it is. This is the
Mm,
one. And Max is also, it's his debut in illustration work as well.
mm,
And so typically what happens when you're doing a picture book is that they keep the author and illustrator apart, as
mm.
a medium, because obviously they don't want me to interject what I think it should be and vice
Yeah.
versa. And so they
Absolutely.
keep us apart. And plus criticism, they don't want me to say something that could really hurt his feelings and vice versa. And so they act as an intermediary between the two. And so Max put his heart and soul into the book. And when
Mm,
I saw Yinka come alive, when I saw Shane come alive, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I thought in my head it would be.
mm,
And he did it justice, and he did an amazing job. And not only that, we get along really well. And so
mm.
we've done author events together, and he's done draw alongs, and even live drawing. He's incredible. And so yeah, big up Max, man. He did an amazing job with the book.
Wow. That's quite amazing, really. That's quite beautiful. Very amazing. I love the sound of that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Selena, you're also the founder of the fantastic, beautiful, awesome, impressive Black British Book Festival, which I so much enjoy being a part of in Manchester in March or April. I cannot remember exactly.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
so amazing to be there, quite beautiful and quite awesome. Now, I wanted to ask you, how does your work in uplifting Black voices connect with the stories you want to tell for children, even anyway?
I normally say that I wear two separate hats. And so I am an author, and I'm a children's author, and I'm also the founder of the Black British Book Festival. What's
Mm,
actually happened is because I was struggling as an author, and because, so basically, when my first book that I published is called Nina the Green Juice, it's about
mm,
a little girl that makes a green juice for the first time. It was a self published book.
yeah.
And when I went to find distribution for the book, I was told by somebody in the industry that the book wouldn't sell because it had a little black girl with an afro on the cover and nobody
Mm,
would buy that book. Somebody
wow.
told me that in 2021. I was like, what? So I spoke to other black authors, authors from diverse black backgrounds, and this was a typical kind of comments that were being said within the industry. And
Mm,
I was like, wow, is this really happening in big 2021? And it was. And so on the
wow.
back of that, that's why I started the Black British Book Festival. It was in direct response to the challenges that were faced in our community when it came
Mm,
to literature festivals, when it came to visibility, when it came to acquiring books. I wanted the organization, an entity a safe space for us to be able to really celebrate our voice and elevate them and give visibility to them. And so that's how that came about. So it influenced it. And so currently I separate the two entities, or the two parts of myself, should I say. So I am an author, also a founder. They don't, I suppose they do cross over. So when self-published authors come to me and talk to me about their issues with self-publishing, I can relate because I'm a
Yeah.
self-published author.
Yeah.
When authors come to me that are traditionally published and say, these are the successes and these are the challenges, again, I can relate.
Yeah.
And so the information that I gather, I'm very, very privileged, and I'm very, very honored to have a deal, have a literary agent. There was a whole journey to me getting published. There was a whole journey to me getting a literary agent. There's been a whole journey with me building the festival and having to work with certain brands and
Yeah.
organizations. And so I'm able to feed that information, that knowledge back to the people, back
Mm.
to emerging authors, back to
Mm.
those that want to be script writers, back,
Wow.
I've been able to galvanize this information because certain doors have been opened to me. And I'm very,
Mm.
very, very honored to be able to do that. And so that's how I'm able to now say, okay, cool, that challenge happened with me when I was traditionally published. Let me create a course around that. Let me have a panel event at the festival around that.
Yeah.
Let me contact other publishers to see if we can have an academy or a summit around that. And so I use the information that I've gathered and also information from other
The people.
authors to feed that information into the festival to make it even more powerful and even more relatable. Because sometimes what happens is that courses are created, events are created that have no real connection. It's kind of just a guess that this is what people want, but we
Mm.
want authentic things, a real
Mm.
impactful thing that can
Absolutely.
actually make a difference. And that's why you have to go to the source, to the people, and actually deal with
Mm.
real life issues, and start from there. So that's how they interconnect.
Wow, I'm also hearing you talk about the background. The starting point towards the Black British Book Festival is so motivating and so inspiring that you had to like, oh wow. So somebody said this that it wouldn't go much farther because there was a black in front of the cover, and nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, really?" So there's this sort of, if I should use the word, will I say discrimination, or there's this sort of stigma, yeah, against book of this niche. And you thought, okay, I would love to start, something, a safe space where people can come together. That is such an amazing, very lovely, quite impressive, and quite commendable thing to start. And I
Thank you.
mean, fast forward since then till now, it has grown massively. A huge congratulations again.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
That's an amazing community. I was very excited and quite impressed to be there, the last one, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming one as well, really.
Yeah, so it's on the next one's the 19th of October at the
Yeah.
Barclays Centre. But a lot of people know us from the festivals because obviously it's in our title. And so we typically do around 3 festivals a year. So we did the
Mm.
one in Manchester. We take over the whole of Manchester Central Library. We do it at the Barbican, typically in October. And then we do a children's festival in Birmingham, and we did it in
Mm.
March of this year. And Lenny
Wow.
Henry headlined that festival. We had 210 children attend that festival.
Mm.
And we specifically chose schools. It was free to attend for the students. We all subsidized everything. We
Mm.
chose schools that had high free school meals and low literacy rates. We take it for granted that everybody has books in their houses in the UK.
Mm.
Some people don't, and so we made
Wow.
sure that children left with 5 books each to start their
Mm.
own library. And to me, that meant so much. And so we do
Mm.
other festivals there. We also curate. So we curate for Glastonbury. We're going to
Mm.
Glastonbury this Friday. We're bringing Zadie Smith there.
Wow.
We curate for Cheltenham. We curate for Hay. We curate for We Out Here. So there's several different festivals that we
Wow.
curate. Green Man Festival in Wales. There's so many different festivals that we curate for.
Mm.
We do programs. So we work with Paramount, we work with Pan Macmillan to create summits and programs that
Mm.
demystify the industry and open doors for people. We have a library in Croydon, a community library in Croydon on the
Wow.
24th of July. We're about to open our second library in Lewisham. Again, these
Interesting.
are community, because there's so many libraries that are closing down. And so we
Mm.
really want to leave a legacy of work. So we're
Mm.
starting libraries. we go into schools on a regular basis. We have a team of people that go into schools and tour Black authors within schools across the UK. So this
Mm,
summer already, we've done Wolverhampton, we've done Birmingham, we've done Luton, we've done Peterborough, we've done Liverpool, we've done
mm,
Manchester. So we're not playing, we're nationwide. And so
mm,
that's just a small look at the work that we do.
mm,
Um, and we love what we do. We absolutely love what we do. It's from the heart, it's from passion. I have an amazing team of 6 people that currently work alongside me as well. So I'm
mm.
very, very, very honored to be able to employ people as well. So yeah, it's great. It's absolutely amazing.
That is such an amazing one, really. I feel so excited you're talking about it. That's so beautiful. And I'm very impressed by it. And I'm sure the viewers also in English literature will be very excited to hear and get to know about this. Quite beautiful, really. And just apart from the books we've mentioned so far, do you have any other works you've authored or say currently working on?
So what happened is I have a 2 book deal with Penguin, and so
Oh,
the other manuscript again was written in like 2021, 2022.
wow.
And so we're revisiting that in a couple of weeks in order for that to be released next year. So I'm really
Mm,
excited about that. I'm always writing. People are like, how do you? I've also got 3 kids as well, and so
wow.
um, I'm a mother as well, and I've got these amazing, like, this amazing organization in my writing career. But in the midst of all of that, I just love writing. It brings me peace.
Mm,
I'm able just to kind of be in a world where anything can go and anything can happen and
absolutely.
anybody can say anything at any time, especially with
Mm,
children's books. I can go
yeah.
to Timbuktu and then I can go back to space and then I can be, it's like it's boundless. Anything can happen, and so it's
Mm,
amazing to be able to tap into that energy. It's so much
yeah.
for me. And so yeah,
Right.
I'm about to send some books over to my lit agent, and then we'll see what happens with that. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm just enjoying the space that I'm in terms of creating. It just feeds my soul. It literally feeds
Mm,
my soul, honestly. Just writing feeds my soul.
wow. That is so impressive. That's so motivational. That's so inspiring. And that's so amazing to know. And I'm sure, just as I'm inspired, the viewers as well are inspired. And just in case we have some viewers who are watching this interview, I would love to get a copy of My Rice is Best and your other book. On what platform are they available on for purchase?
I mean, you can buy anywhere online. You can walk into Waterstones on your local high street and pick up the book. You
Mm,
can shop online an independent bookshop. You can go to Amazon, like it's everywhere. Just type in Selena Brown, My Rice is Best. Yeah, and grab yourself a
mm.
copy. You will not be
Beautiful cover as
disappointed.
well.
You can also check me out on social media at the
Yeah.
Selena Brown on all platforms, Twitter, Instagram,
Mm.
TikTok. I am there. Also,
Wow.
check out the Black British Book Festival. Please join our newsletter on our website and you can keep up to
Mm,
date with everything. And what we also offer as part of the Black British Book Festival is a free community group because sometimes as authors we work alone a lot, and we need that support. And so we have nearly 400 people in our WhatsApp group, and that's
mm,
just made up of just emerging authors, established authors, or sharing opportunities and
mm.
stuff. So please check out our Instagram and find the link to join our WhatsApp group and join the conversation and get some inspiration.
That's amazing. And I left a link in the description part of this interview where interested viewers can get a copy of Selena Brown book directly on Amazon, Barnes& and Nobles, and Waterstones on our website and also another platform. I also left links to our social media pages for possible followings and also to Black British Book Festival website. So thank you so much, Selena. I must
You're
say
more
this
than
is
welcome.
really impressive, very amazing that we can sit down and have a conversation around my rice's vexed and your amazing work in the literature field. Thank you very much for coming
Thank you.
on.
And I want to just end by saying that if you're an author, or if you're a creative of any sort, just do what you love.
Mm,
I wrote My Vice is Best because I just one day the idea just floated by me and I
I love
caught it,
this. Yeah.
caught the idea, and I put it down on paper and I wrote it. I
Mm,
wrote it and I worked on it until I felt it was the best body of work
Mm,
ever. Yeah.
wow.
And then I sent it out to literary agents and I got rejected
Mm,
several times
mm.
for this one book. And then my lit agent found it and she was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I was like, isn't it just, you just need someone that believes in it as much as you do, and
Absolutely.
when you find that person, it will just take off from there. But
Mm,
don't stop at the rejections because they just
mm.
don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
They can't see, not everybody can see greatness. But when
yeah.
you find the person that can see
Mm,
greatness, it will happen for you. It will
mm,
happen for you. But sometimes that takes time. So
mm, yeah.
sometimes it might happen in one day, it might happen in 1 week, it might happen in 1 year, but you don't give up hope. And what you
Mm,
do in the meantime is that you keep on creating because when the opportunity comes around,
be
they're going
sure.
to be saying, can we see that one manuscript? And what other work do you have as well? And you're
Mm.
going to say, I have this, and I have this, and I have this, and I have this. You're
Giving
going to
so
give
many
them
options.
so much work. So while you're working, continue to put in the work and
Mm,
just do it from the heart. Like
yeah.
write it when you wake up, write on the park, write in your bed. Just write it. Like just
Mm,
enjoy the process of writing because that
mm,
energy can be felt. When people read it, you want them to smile or you want them to cry. Whatever emotion you're conveying, you want
yes.
them to feel it, and that can only
Mm,
be done if you write from the heart. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't give up on that. Don't give up on that. So that's why I want to leave the viewers
Mm.
with.
You've got a trunk load of advice in there, and I love your passion, your excitement talking about this. Because I think, again, if you need to create anything as an author, you have to be passionate about your work. You have to be the most driving force behind it. That's what keep you going,
Yeah,
keep you pushing. That's
that's it.
such an amazing one you've got. Thank you so much for this.
You're
I'm
more
gonna
than
have to
welcome.
go over again and apply some of your advice to my life personally. Thank
Yeah,
you.
100%, 100%. And then obviously, well, I haven't got the book behind me here, but the Writers and Artists of the Year, that's the Bible.
Mm,
Get that book. The Writers and Artists of the Year book, if you're in the UK. That's the
wow.
Bible. It has everybody's email addresses in there, everybody's addresses in there, like all the literary agents, all the publishers, all the literature festivals. We're even in there. It's the whole Bible to the whole industry. You get that
Mm,
book and you study that book and you
mm,
find out who your agent is and you find out the information and you just take it from there. And that's one gem I want to leave you with because that's the gem that was given to me, and it's only
mm.
right I give it to other people to help them on their journey as well. And so,
Wow.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is so impressive.
You're welcome. You're more than